Hey, it's Susan. I'm going for a walk, my little path here, and I wanted to share some things that are going on in the little Susan's little cup of magic world. I've made a lot of changes in the last 7 to 8 months, but finally came to a certain conclusion. I want to share that with you. First and foremost, I've got back into my walking after a few months being off of it. I had a few health things that kind of got in the way. ADHD and hormonal shifts, and it's a big alchemy test when you get into these early stages or late stages of peri-menopause. So one thing I realized or found out was that my shoulder, it's not frozen shoulder, I had bursitis, which means you're not supposed to move it at all. I tend to use my left hand a lot, see? So, that was a big slowdown moment, I guess you could say. Today I want to talk to you about some creative energy. I want to talk to you about some creative projects and ideas and thoughts I'm having in this space. See this? It's so gorgeous out here, and it's just right behind my neighborhood. It's such an easy way to take a walk, and I'll admit it, for years I was resistant to taking walks. I'm not sure what or why I got that into my head. Maybe it has to do with not having a dog, so this tends to be a big dog walking path, and I was just very reclusive to myself since 2020. And then when I got sick repeatedly, and having a compromised immune system means you don't want to really be around people. I found a little place to sit. Hopefully it stays put. So, as I was saying, back in 2020 and during the pandemic, I found a lot of reasons to stay inside and seclude or be reclusive. And I think if I'm really honest with myself, it was more about not wanting to connect with other people for fear of getting sick. I'm finding it difficult to record out here. There's a lot of people going back and forth. The bugs are starting to come out, so I think the weather is changing. I want to say a few things here on this video. I tend to do better expressing myself through video, and I've been doing some writing, and I've been doing a few different things, but sometimes when there's too much going on, it's so much easier to come in front of this camera and talk about it. I love the things I'm creating, and I'm going to keep doing that. And I've also realized something really important for myself, which is having a business the way that I used to was holding me back. I don't think I actually ever connected with the idea of running a business. So recently I just kind of let go of the idea, and that gave me all kinds of freedom. Sometimes just letting something go doesn't mean you actually have to shut things down or anything like that. I've done that several times. That never really did it. I think what did it for me was being aware that the way other people are doing business just doesn't work for me. And more I'm understanding that for myself. Like, why is it I had to take a couple of months off from walking? Or maybe not why, just that's what it was, and now I'm going to start up again. I think in this world we are so hung up with productivity and consistency, like daily effort. And for neurodivergents like me, that can get kind of shame baity. The other day I was talking to my daughter, and she's like, well, I could make a schedule for studying, but then I won't do the schedule that I made for myself, and then I'll be mad at myself that I didn't follow the schedule. And all of that made total sense to me. So I don't have schedules anymore, and I just create when I'm ready. And usually when I'm outside, I get ideas and energy, and that's when I want to share something. Another thing that I noticed is there were so many parts of me I wanted to bring in my business, but I didn't know how to bring it in. Coaching, healing, okay, that sounded like something most people could understand. It's got a service behind it that's rooted in a business. But this whole other thing that has just been brought back to me is comedy, which later this week I'll be dropping the 5-minute set I had Friday, June 5th, when I helped out my comedy school fill a whole show by coming up and filling one space. It was amazing. And so, how am I scheduling myself? How am I doing things without having a habit tracker? Following where I feel most alive. And this is something that I've always known, but my friend Nicolene, who has taught me so much about human design, reminded me of in her last workshop last week. So much so that I want to be in her space, so I'm doing her thing. It's a good reminder to know, as a neurodivergent, we understand energy. Energy is easy. It's in the now. We can capture it. If you tell me to plan out the next 6 months or a launch, I'll write it out. I can totally do that, but then I won't come back to it ever again. That's the whole divergency thing. Being creative and expressive, that's who I am. I want to show up more that way. And I don't think I need to have permission or anything. I think I needed to break up with these old tired rules. If that's you too, then please subscribe to my channel and join the party. I'm going to be talking less like self-helpy and more comedy and fun. And I'm going to be weaving that in as the inspiration hits. Always to give some inspiration for you to be more yourself, because that's really my baseline. Be your magical self. Remember that you're creative and intuitive and that you're whole. And that's my coaching training. Thank you so much for sticking around and joining this little Susan's Little Cup of Magic party. I'm going to change my banner to show that comedy is going to be part of this game, this fun show that I'm putting on. My Between Sips will still keep going. Substack is where I'm growing the community. I'm just expanding more of myself out into this platform. And yes, while it is a business, it's not going to be the primary focus. I'm going to take that edge off. I'm offering 2 things. If you are wanting a little something for yourself, I offer intuitive card readings. They're an hour and a half, filled with information and inspiration for you and where you are at on your path, and or Reiki healing. You can find everything at my ko-fi.com/Susan DeVreen shop. I'll put it in the comments below. Also coming up is another creative project that I've started, which is my first oracle deck. I've started creating it. You might have seen this little short that I put up. I'm going to be doing live streams where I'm going to be doing collective readings, and if you join live, you get a card reading. This is a crowdfunding effort. I'm doing the live streams for free, but asking for donations to help me make that first deck come true. It's a dream that I've had for probably 6 years, and last year I had more of an intense vision for it. 2 weeks ago I started drawing it out. And see, this is how it all comes together. Sometimes things happen fast and sometimes things take time. These 6 years have been tough ones, right? COVID and everything. And I think we're all just kind of starting to level out, although the energies are still changing and asking us to step up and step out. I am doing that in my own little funky way. And I hope you join me for this Susan's Little Cup of Magic Fantastico parade, whatever. I don't know why I had parade in my head, but thank you for being here, and I will see you again really soon. Thank you for watching. If you love the video, please consider subscribing and come on over to Substack and join the community at Susan's Little Cup of Magic. Until next time.